Hey guys, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're playing Star Wars Dark Forces on the PlayStation 1. This isn't the best port of this game, although it is playable and it's not broken by any means. If you want to play this, if you have to play this, there's actually a $5 version on Steam that you can play, I guess, on Windows, or you can track it down, the actual disc version. I don't know if it's rare or not, but this is a older game. I don't know which one's more rare, the PlayStation version or the PC version, although I know for a fact that if you don't care about DRM or not having a physical copy or anything like that, you can go to Steam. You actually can download all the Dark Forces / Jedi Knight games. And the way, if that confuses you, there was Dark Forces, and then there was like there was a sequel called Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, and then the third game they dropped Dark Forces and called it Jedi Knight 2. And then there was Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. So the Dark Forces series turned into the Jedi Knight series, which I actually like the Jedi Knight 2 game the best out of all the series. And maybe the Jedi Academy to a lesser degree. Jedi Knight 2, it was an awesome game, and they actually ported Jedi Knight 2 and Jedi Knight Academy to consoles on the Xbox, the original Xbox. Also Jedi Knight 2, beside the PC of course, and maybe the Mac, was also ported to the GameCube. How you would play that game with the limited amount of buttons is beyond me. But yeah, Dark Forces was actually ported to the PlayStation. Not to the best, not the best quality in the world, let's put it that way. So these are the controls of the game, so I don't have to try to explain them to you. I don't like the controls to this game because I don't like how the strafe button is. I'm always in the thought that like strafe should be the two shoulder buttons, and they don't, like, one should be like one left strafe button should be strafe left, another one should be strafe right. As far as button configurations go, I've said this in many videos, I do feel like since PC games were doing it for years, and there are some console games that do it, I think that you should be able to completely customize your controls to however you see fit. Like, you should have a list of all the actions of like the game, unless it's like a super complicated game that needs like combinations of things, but they should give you options with that of course. But I mean, for most games you should be able to have a list of every single thing that you can do in a game and be able to pick what button you want for that game. Even as old as this game is, don't ask me when it came out, it was a fairly early PlayStation 1 title, if that gives you any idea. But yeah, like Doom on the Super Nintendo had decent strafing. Like this, you actually have to hold a button down, and push left or right. To me, that's kind of ridiculous, but whatever. We'll play the game. Enough about griping. We'll play on medium. Why not? So this game plays a lot like the original Doom, although it runs on its own Jedi engine, which means it has like multiple level floors and you can aim up and down. It doesn't really translate that well to the control scheme they have. This game would have benefited from a dual shock controller. Now I have the hiccups, great. Hopefully that'll go away. It's because I talk too fast and then breathe in. It's only for you guys. Hopefully you can read all that crap. So basically, we're getting the Death Star plans that the Rebel Alliance basically gets for the first movie. Well, that's the first level anyway. I didn't play the expansion pack of Jedi Knight, but I'm already trying to use dual analog sticks, and this is a PlayStation 1 game. They did have an analog controller for the PlayStation. I don't know if they had it when this came out. When I say analog controller, I'm not talking about the DualShock controller. They had like a controller that actually had 2 analog sticks. I don't know if they clicked in or not. The DualShock didn't come out till later, so there was an analog controller that looked like the DualShock, except the analog sticks were concave, kind of like the PlayStation 4 controller. So it's like Doom, where you can basically go in any general direction. The PC version runs a lot smoother. This kind of has a very choppy frame rate, and the resolution's quite low. I guess for an early PlayStation effort, it's not bad. It's not unplayable by any means, but if you're used to playing first-person shooters, this is hard to get used to a little bit. And this has that classic kind of maze-like Doom level design. Maybe a little bit worse, because I can navigate Doom fairly easy. Doom 2 is a little bit harder in that regard. I have played this on PC, and I have played pretty much all the Jedi Knight games except for the expansion pack of the first Jedi Knight. And again, Jedi Knight was the sequel to this game, which was fully polygonal, which in some aspects the weapons look more detailed in this game than that game, because they were actually rendered with polygons. I forgot what button is jump. Somebody's shooting at me. I believe this game has lives too. I think that 3 is actually how many lives you have, but luckily there's a save feature. You also have this lookup option, and if you double tap, it'll go back to the normal view. It's so awkward. And then you have like a bunch of little gadgets that you actually have to activate through a menu, which I will show you since I'm trying to show you what the game looks like. You do it with all this stuff. Should be a way to go to your PDA. And this is kind of like that map system on Doom. You can go floor by floor. How helpful it is, I'm not sure. I don't use it. I used to use the map on Doom somewhat, but I gotta figure out how to get out of here. There. My colorblind ass couldn't see the red for a second. Despite all these little gripes I have with this game, I do find myself playing it every once in a while and enjoying it. And you can get this for, I believe, $5.99 on the PlayStation Network. Again, that's if you're unopposed to having digital copies, but if you're gonna go that route, I suggest just getting off of Steam if you're not opposed to having digital copies. I can't imagine your computer, if it runs the internet, not being able to run this game. Unless they did something super crazy to make it run, which I doubt. I think it's $5 on Steam, around the same amount that it costs on the PlayStation Network, and it looks 500 times better on the PC and runs a lot faster. and you have more buttons, and you can use the mouse, and probably close to what a lot of first-person games use now. I would like to see this game series make a return. Maybe Electronic Arts will do that, because I think it has a lot of potential. I guess now with the episode 7 coming out, this is no longer considered canon. A lot of people complain about canon, but like in some of the Star Wars novels, like sometimes I believe, I mean, don't quote me, I believe that there was always a disclaimer saying that LucasArts always had the right to, like, not LucasArts, Lucasfilm always had the right to, like, change something, like, especially with the movies or whatnot. I'm almost dead. This sucks. You can die fairly quickly if you don't pay attention like I'm doing now. Did I get the red key? See, I'm not even paying attention to that. I need health though. Otherwise, I will be playing this again. I think it's dumb to have lives on this. Like, Doom didn't have lives, and this game came out after Doom. So they should have ripped that part off the Doom. Nothing. I have 4 points of health left. I don't think I'm gonna make it out alive. I do highly recommend, even on console, at least the Xbox. I've never played the GameCube version, but I played the PC and oh shit, I pushed X instead of square, because squares usually reload in most first-person shooters. I don't know if I have to do everything again or what. It's an interesting little elevator. It looks like it remembered what I did. Here's some shooting. Unfortunately, not the best shooter in the world. Like, the Xbox and PC versions of Jedi Knight 2 actually run fairly accurately and look fairly the same. The reason why I got to play those games is because I didn't have the best PC at the time, and those are one of the few games I could run fairly well. And then I eventually got an Xbox and played it on that, because I don't know, I just like playing games on the console, and I had as much fun playing on the console. Then Jedi Academy is more Jedi based, because the way Jedi Knight 2 starts off is you actually have to eventually get a lightsaber. That's Jedi Knight 2, but Jedi Knight 1 I meant as in TOO, like as well. I'm rambling here. I just skipped the Jedi Knight 2 though. Jedi Outcast. The first Jedi Knight actually has 2 different endings based on whether you join the light side or the dark side of the Force. There's some of that in Jedi Knight 2, but I think the ending's the same regardless. I beat the game and I don't think that there is a different ending you can get. I could be wrong. But the way the first 2 Jedi Knight games, you eventually have to earn your lightsaber. You don't start off, so it starts off like this, where you're stuck with like stormtrooper rifles and whatnot. Jedi Knight is brutally hard compared to Jedi Knight 2. And it has like this maze-like level design. Ravensoft made the second Jedi Knight, which is awesome. They might have made Jedi Academy, I don't know. Jedi Academy, you start off with a lightsaber, which you'll end up rarely ever using your weapons. At least I didn't, because once you get a lightsaber, that's it. So I like the balance of having to earn your lightsaber in the second Jedi Knight and the first Jedi Knight games. But I wouldn't mind like playing a Star Wars game that just focused on all the different weapons and stuff. You know, I beat this level not too long ago, replaying this, and now that I restarted a new game, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, if you can't already tell. There might be an opening over here. Look, there was health over there that whole time. I believe eventually a staircase opens up over there. Usually a good indicator in these games to know where you haven't been is when people start shooting at you. Look at that smooth frame rate, like silk. Now, did I forget something around here? Aside going up the elevator. Or the lift for you people overseas. See, I try to make my channel appealing to everyone. Well, as appealing as it can be with me commentating, because I know that's probably a drawback. Alright, somebody's shooting at me. In real life that's a bad sign, but video games that's a good sign when you're completely lost. I probably wouldn't be lost if I wasn't talking, but I don't even know what keys I picked up or didn't pick up at this point. Such a professional. I know when I quit this game there's gonna be all this stuff I meant to say but forgot to. But oh well. You get a good idea what the PlayStation version looks like. That's what I meant to do. And then I was starting to push the wrong buttons, which is one of the reasons why I get hit so much. Now I'm on the top floor. I feel like I'm in upper class now. When you steal your weapon. Stealing, that's so upper class. Alright. Not that lower class people steal, or even middle class. Here I am correcting myself, realizing that every type of person's gonna watch this video. Regardless, I'll probably make an ass out of myself as much as I try not to, but I guess that's the price you gotta pay when you make poor commentated videos on YouTube. Alright, there has to be a reason why I came up to this rat's nest. What was it? That's good and great. I made it up here. Let me back in my little rotating door. My door is probably way more expensive to make than just a regular elevator. It had to be all fancy and shit. Does that make it go down now? Hold on. I could have sworn there was steps. Yeah, they opened up steps. This movie isn't as accurate to the movies because there is a simple switch. Now if this was the actual Star Wars movie, there'd be like a wall of 10,000 buttons like the 1977 computers or whatever that they use, or I guess they filmed the movie earlier than it was released, so 1960s computers, I don't know, they weren't even really computers. I'm sure they were just a wall of lights, or what people thought computers looked like back then. There just should be like a wall of like 10,000 buttons. It's so hard to try to aim at something that auto aims, and you just gotta hope it hits them in the right area. And the control is so weird and awkward. Come on, dipshit. It's just not a very Star Wars looking Switch. Of course, I don't remember anything being grainy and pixelated in the movies either. Except maybe some of the CGI effects from the special edition when it first came out. Before they redid the special edition special effects on the DVDs and Blu-ray, because even they knew that they were pretty terrible. I still can't get over, like, especially ILM being a special effects company, like letting Jabba the Hutt go, like when the first special edition came out before the DVDs. Like, how did they let the Jabba the Hutt go and think people would buy that was Jabba the Hutt? He looks so weird in that version. Luckily, they went and retextured them when the DVD came out. I've yet to see Star Wars on Blu-ray. I haven't justified a purchase of it. I just don't know how much better it would look. I just don't expect. The only old movie Blu-ray that I've been really impressed with was Alien, because that looked like a new movie. Did I forget the Death Star plans? It's a possibility. Usually when you get the plans, they'll say go back to your ship, and that's where your ship is. I think people are more excited. Damn it, I just went to the wrong fucking area. I just left there. I think people are so excited to see extra footage of movies that they liked so much that they bypassed all that and didn't care. I know I didn't. I still thought it was neat. Because I was not old enough to see it in the theaters. So I got to see the special editions, at least in the theaters. The prequels are pretty cool to watch in the theaters, because say what you will about the prequels, but they actually had really good sound. You went to a theater with a decent sound system, it sounded better than anything you'd have at home. Even the special edition. So I got to experience something that I wouldn't have been able to experience otherwise at home, because we didn't have any crazy theater surround sound hookup or whatever. So yeah, I saw Star Wars in the theaters. It just wasn't when it was new, but even though I didn't see it originally, it was new to me. I didn't get in Star Wars until I was older either, so I don't know. When I saw Star Wars when I was a kid, and I wasn't really into it. I know kids are into the prequels. Is that a life? Followed by a pit. I'm gonna stop here. Usually your ship comes and picks you up, but I don't think I have the Death Star plans. And I don't want to run around in circles bugging you guys, but yeah. If you this is a fun game. It's competent on the PlayStation, but if you don't want to play the physical copy or don't care about owning a physical copy and want to play a decent version, I can't. If you could watch YouTube, I'm sure you can play Dark Forces on the PC, which is available on Steam. I highly suggest you download that in the PlayStation Network version, but this is
too easy. Now to get to my ship.
Oh, how about that? It was right in front of me. Thank you. Grainy graphics. I'm gonna blame on the graphics, even though it was my fault in not paying attention. But yeah, this version works out if you have to play with a controller, but I can see this being an obstacle later in the game, as it is for me, for most people. Especially with the strafing. I have no idea if that thing's rendered in polygons or not. His spaceship, I forgot what he called it. So this game takes place before Star Wars, and I think the other two games, I know Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight 2 and Jedi Academy take place after Return of the Jedi, which is kind of cool, but all this side story fiction is null and void, so it really doesn't matter. I just stand here under my ship. I forgot how you get in your ship. Last time I just stood under it. Press start to end mission. Isn't that the weirdest way to end a mission, is to press start? But anyway, if you really want to play this game in its best form, play the PC. And now if you're absolutely curious, feel free to play the PlayStation version, but you'll be missing out to a certain extent with the playability and the graphics and whatever. But yeah, it's a fun game if you like these types of older first-person shooters. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, if you could kindly click the thumbs up and leave a comment, negative or positive. Just make sure, try to be nice, don't be an asshole. It sucks when people are assholes. There's enough assholes in the world. Don't contribute. But yeah, and if you're new to this channel and you like it, there's a ton of videos of me rambling and not knowing what I'm doing, and there's some videos where I do know what I'm doing, but more of the rambling ones, not to discourage you. But if you like this, check out the other videos, and if you like those, feel free to click the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, whether it's watching, commenting, or clicking the thumbs up or whatever. I appreciate it all, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.